Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. Let me go ahead and share my screen so we can make sure that we are tuned in and tapped in and having all the tools that we need to be successful. God is great. Just thankful for another amazing day. It is Friday. Um, been a crazy week, been an amazing week. Just a lot of opportunities, a lot of great things happening. So grateful to God to just be alive and to experience another Friday and to make an impact on today because that's all we can do. Make the biggest impact on the day that we have right ahead of us. So, welcome back to the Daily Dose, the number one daily morning mastermind for those trying to elevate and grow in your personal, professional, spiritual, or entrepreneurial lifestyle. And we'll hop right into it. Verse of the week, Matthew 7, 7 through 8. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks, the door will be open. Just been going over this verse this whole week. Just a reminder that we got to ask, we got to seek, and we got to knock for everything to happen as it's supposed to. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now, the number one thing that you gotta ask for is wisdom. You ask for wisdom, it kind of takes care of everything else because you getting a godly wisdom that you need so that you put yourself in position to be successful in all arenas, right? We need wisdom for literally everything, and it helps us in everything. We need wisdom for our health. We need wisdom for our wealth. We need wisdom for our spiritual lives. We need wisdom for our social lives. We need wisdom for our families. Like, we need wisdom, and that's how everything is going to grow. We need that guidance, right? And like I said yesterday, anytime we ask for something, don't expect it to come how you want it to, because God delivers those things in different and various ways, and we got to be just able to receive what it is, because sometimes when we ask for wisdom, we're going to get tested, right? We're going to get tested, and to prove that we know what we're doing, we got to study and show ourselves approved. So be careful. Well, I won't say be careful. Be mindful whenever you're asking for something, because it's not gonna always come packaged up like you want it to. But just a reminder, these are the three steps we have to be cognizant and aware enough to know that we need to ask, seek, and knock. And also, the biggest key to this is to remember that we need to believe. We need to believe that we're going to receive all of these things. Because if not, then it's no point even asking if you don't think you're going to get it. But that's the verse of the week. And we'll go ahead and hop right into the business professional topic of today. And we're going to be talking about something that's super important because it is we all have 24 hours, right? We all got the same 24 hours. We all got different things going on in our lives, but every single day is 24 hours. Don't nobody have the extra 2 hours, don't nobody have less than 24 hours, right? But why do some people seem to get way more done than other people, right? It's all about how you train yourself to become highly effective and highly productive. So we're going to be talking about a few different steps today that you can make sure that you're doing that and setting yourself up for success. Main thing number one, you want to organize and outline your responsibilities, right? If you are not organizing and you don't have your responsibilities outlined, you don't even know what you need to do from the get-go. So you got to make sure that you write all those things out in different categories, like, okay, what do I need to do at home? What do I need to do at work? What do I need to do in my business? What do I need to do for my health? Organize like every single responsibility and write those things out and put them in bigger buckets, right? And then break those buckets down into smaller tasks so you can really, really see what it takes to get something done. A lot of times we'll have something on our to-do list and it's just this huge thing that we keep looking at and going over it because we feel like it's huge, but we just got to break it down into the steps that it takes to get it done. Organize and outline your responsibilities. Number two, once you have those outlined, you want to prioritize those tasks. Identify the high priority tasks and focus on completing those first. And when you start to focus on completing high priority tasks, you'll realize that some of those low priority tasks don't even really need to get done, or they really don't matter. You might just do those like every so often. But once you got to get into the groove of identifying those high priority tasks and doing them, and then that's how you'll really know, and that's how you'll really understand um what matters to you the most, right? So organize them, prioritize them. This one is a key right here because we live in a world where multitasking is like praise, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, you can multitask, but it's really not how it works, right? You should be able to lock in and focus on one task for a long period of time. That's how you get stuff done because there's a phase in our brain when we lock in and focus that it turns into what they call deep work, right? And that's when we get past a certain amount of time when we're just really locked in and focused, laser focused on what it is that we're doing. Yes, sometimes you will have to multitask, but you want to, if you do, you want to get into the habit of making time periods for that. So if you do have to go between a few different things, lock in for at least 30 minutes on one thing and then switch to the next thing, right? Don't just be going back and forth every 5 minutes. It can happen, unfortunately, because just the way like world that we live in, but the people who are getting the most done are not multitasking. They're locked in and focused on one thing. Optimize your workspace. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, how important it is to make sure that your area is organized, that is clean, that is you don't have a whole bunch of distractions that will take you away from what you're working on. This is key for your mental and also for your physical space. This right here is a super game changer. You batch similar tasks together. So if you write out your responsibilities, you prioritize them, and you look at what tasks are similar, like what tasks go hand in hand. Now you can make sure that you knock all of those out at the same time. What I mean by that, you might have to email somebody back, you might have to call somebody back, you might have to fill out a form or something. Those might could all be considered administrative tasks. So you want to make sure that you group them together and you just go ahead and knock all those out at one time instead of doing them maybe separately or just after something else, right? Group similar tasks together. And that way you can just go ahead and be in that mindset, like, okay, this is what I'm doing. If you have a lot of sales tasks to do, group them together and knock out all of your sales tasks to do, follow up, all that type of stuff. You want to batch similar tasks together. That's how you become super effective. Next one, take regular breaks. We're not designed to just be sitting down um forever, staring at a screen or doing something. All right, we're not designed to be that way. So we want to make sure that we do take a break from whatever it is that we're doing. Go take a walk, take some time to meditate, sit in silence. It don't got to be a long break. It can be 5 minutes and you hop right back in and lock in. But we all need breaks throughout the day so that we can make sure that we're giving ourselves the chance to decompress and then we can get back into it. Next thing, we're gonna use productivity tools. Productivity tools help us out tremendously. There are so many apps now, especially with AI, that help us to be the best that we could possibly be. Right. And then so I'll just go through a few of them so that we'll know. Task management. If you need help with task management, you can use an app called Trello or you can use Asana. It just helps you to list out your tasks and manage them. Note taking. Microsoft OneNote is a game changer. If you have Microsoft Office, I would highly recommend you start using OneNote. It has so many different features up there. Uh, it helps me out a lot just to stay organized and to keep stuff together. And then you have Evernote as well. Time tracking. So you want to track your time. Here are a couple apps you can use to do that. You have Toggle, then you have Harvest. Project management. You got a website, monday.com, and another one is right.com. You have projects and you're trying to close out some projects. You want to use these tasks or apps to make sure that you are uh, keeping your projects all on track. And then mind mapping. This is a underrated tool to use for yourself to get everything out of your brain. So mind mapping tools, MindMeister, Lucid Chart, this just helps you to just randomly put out things in your head, and you can put them just either out on the app or on paper. You can do this on paper. But once you get all those things out your head, then you can just start to organize them and put them in different groups and stuff like that. But sometimes we just need to do a brain dump and just get everything out of our head. But these are the main ways that you can train yourself to become highly effective and productive and get more stuff done. And that's the main thing that we're trying to do, in our business, in our professional lives, is do the most work in the least amount of time, really, so then we can go out and play. And this is how you do it, so you don't be dragging on all day, right? Get the most done in the least amount of time. Our self-development topic for today is going to be something that we all should strive to do and strive to get better at as we go about our daily lives. And it's not going to do anything but help us and uh help increase our uh our lives. It's gonna help definitely increase our lives and benefit us mainly. How to win friends and influence people. Yes, there's a book titled this, and I'm gonna go over the main principles from that book, because those are it's a timeless book, and these keys are super effective at they work. If you just follow these tools or these steps, then they actually work and they help you to be able to win friends, influence people, network with people, connect with them, connect with your personal relationships, all types of things. These are just some key tools to have in your bag whenever you are conversing with people and just in any type of relationship, right? And you want to make sure that that relationship grows. Number one, showing appreciation and gratitude for others. This is key. Just let people know you appreciate them. Let people know you're grateful for whatever they do, and sometimes be very, very specific. Like, okay, I'm super appreciative of this specific thing, and that just shows others. Everybody like to be praised. That just shows them that you are noticing whatever it is, and you are aware of it, and that you appreciate it. Number two, active listening. When you're in conversation with somebody, it's so important to pay attention to what they're talking about and be involved in the stuff that they're discussing. Active listening is a huge thing, and it's not easy to do, actually. It's so easy when somebody's talking to just tune out or get distracted or just start thinking about your own stuff that you have going on. But when you actively listen to somebody else, it just heightens the conversation, it heightens the experience, and it heightens the relationship. Number three, this is a super simple one, just smiling at people, smiling in a conversation, smiling, like smiles go a long way. It breaks down certain barriers. It breaks down barriers in the conversation. It just makes helps to put people at ease whenever you're around them. Smiling works and it helps a lot. This one is super hard for me, but when you remember somebody's name and like it just it increases the relationship um off the rip. Like if you meet somebody and you see them again, like, hey, so and so, like, oh man, because it's so easy to forget somebody's name. I forget people's name like almost as soon as they tell me their name because I don't be actively listening, right? I just going through the motions, like okay. But this is a thing that can help you. It can help establish great relationships. Do you never know how your network or how that relationship will grow? Show interest in other people's interests. This is something that's huge because a lot of times we can get um just super consumed of what we got going on. And if we definitely not interested in something else, then we don't even take the time to even consider it, right? So this is something that will help you increase your relationship with others, just showing that interest because if you can show interest in what somebody else like. It just lets them know that you're open to being a team player, open to just be a good friend or a good person. Really, it's not like you just bashing them or because if you told somebody you was interested in something and they was just completely uninterested, you would feel like, well, we will feel a few different ways, but you might feel like, dang, is that lame? You know what I'm saying? Or dang, is such and such, or dang, they just don't even care. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's so many ways when you show interest in what other people like or have going on, it just opens up that door for y'all to have a great relationship. And this one, give encouragement. Like I said, everybody likes to get praised, but when you can specifically hone in and encourage somebody, like don't give up or keep doing this or like you're doing great, blah blah blah. It will help boost just their self-esteem. It'll help boost on their motivation, and you never know how it could help them just to uh, be better all around. And then lastly is the biggest thing: be an influence. Be the influence that you want other people to see, right? By leading by example. So, whatever it is that you really want others to be doing, you should be doing it. If you want others to um, be great, then you got to be great, right? So, be whatever the influence is that you're trying to be or that you want to see, you got to do it by leading by example, right? Is people are going to be watching your actions, people are going to be listening to the words that you say, and if you are saying one thing and doing another thing, that you're just automatically not valid. So, being influenced by leading by example. But that'll wrap it up for this week for the daily dose. Hope everybody's had a blessed week so far, and hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll be right back at it